How's it going, guys, and welcome to Game Involved. I'm Shifty Cow, and in today's video we're going to be talking about our sick and self-inflicting addiction to Rust. Now before we get into it, if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, and if you're new to our channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So a couple of days ago, me and Rubik's Cube were looking on the Steam store to try and find some kind of cool survival game, and we stumbled upon Rust, which had some pretty decent reviews, and we ended up just paying the 20 bucks and buying this game. And it's actually a really cool game. There are definitely some problems with it here and there, but it is still in early access, and it's probably going to be in early access for a couple more years because it's got some optimization issues and just kind of some core stuff that needs to be fixed. But it does have a lot of things going for it. First of all, the graphics look really, really nice. There are a lot of glitches that come with early access games, like very choppy shadows, kind of jagged edges, and a lot of that type of stuff. But for the most part, the graphics look really nice. The lighting is amazing, especially at sunset and sunrise. They have a really cool sun effect and kind of around bushes and trees. It just looks really cool. It's got some cool lens flares, just the whole type of experience that goes on in this. The graphics just really add to the gameplay experience, and it's a really immersive and fun game to play. So we've been kind of addicted to this. We've played on maybe 4 servers, and we've had a lot of different experiences. The one we're playing on right now, we actually have a house, whereas on all the other ones, we would either find abandoned house or we would not live long enough to actually make a house, because that's pretty common in Rust. But overall, it's got some really cool aspects to it. Probably one of my favorite things is the voice to chat and kind of push to speak kind of mechanic. And a lot of games have this, but coming from console, there's really nothing you can play that has something like this, where you're able to find random people, talk to them, see if they're peaceful, and then you have a choice on whether to trust them or should you kill them. It's really a cool mechanic to actually have kind of a social aspect to the game. So we've actually played on several different servers, I think it was 4, and we've all had really different experiences on each of them. The first of which was probably the most heartbreaking, because in Rust you can't really teleport to people, so if you want to play with a buddy, really the only way you can find them is by kind of looking around in different biomes or locating a monument, which is a pretty common way, or get civilized enough that you can make a sleeping bag and then have your friend kill themselves and then spawn in the sleeping bag. So the first time we were just trying to find each other, and we spent probably a good 2 hours just roaming the roads trying to find each other, because we thought it was a lake, and I think it was actually the ocean surrounding it, and we just kind of got lost. We got killed a bunch of times, and then after 2 hours we finally found each other. We're starting to go get wood, and then we ran up to someone's house to go collect wood because there was some trees around, and he said, if you guys don't stop moving or you say something, I'll shoot. And we didn't know what the voice to talk was. We were trying to find the keys, and he just mowed us down. So after 2 hours of work, we respawned in a totally different area, and we weren't able to play together. So the next day I had actually kind of calmed down enough to want to play it again, because it is a really cool game once you get into it. And pretty much the same thing happened. We couldn't find each other for a really long time. This time I think it was like 3, maybe 3.5 hours of just playing to get to each other. And this time we tried to take the other way of making sleeping bags. So I was able to find kind of an abandoned house with a furnace, and I started smelting things. I had a shotgun. I actually killed a couple animals, and I made the sleeping bag, so he was able to spawn on me. And then as soon as he spawned on me, there was someone who came into our house, just wrecked me, then he killed me, but then he revived me, which I really didn't understand. He basically just took my gun, and then somehow or another we died again, and I respawned in a totally different area, because I only had enough for one sleeping bag, so once again we were separated. So if you can't tell by now, this game is basically just filled with a ton of hardships and a lot of time put into this game. And on our 3rd server, we were actually able to spawn pretty much right next to each other, so we found each other within like 5 minutes, started roaming around, collecting materials, and eventually, after about 2 hours of playing, we decided, you know what, this is a really bad area, let's go move to a forest. So we packed up all our stuff, started moving, and someone just came at us with a spear, speared Rubik's Cube in the face, he was down, then he just stabbed me in the chest and I was down, and then we pretty much just quit the server. So that was our 3rd experience, and the one we're on right now was actually a lot more peaceful. I pretty much just spawned in, kind of walked around, tried to look for some people, because I basically offered myself as like a slave to go get wood and stone and stuff. So I was actually able to find a couple of friends, and they kind of took me into their base, made me a sleeping bag, and that's probably the best route that I can recommend if you do want to get into Rust, is just find a couple of people who are already set up and try and get them to make you a sleeping bag so you don't have to worry about spawning in the middle of nowhere. Now, once we had our base done, I was just about to disconnect, and you know, it can't just go well for me, so pretty much everyone in my base got sprayed down by what we thought was a random guy, but it actually turned out to be a friendly, which I didn't know because I disconnected. So once I logged on, it was actually just a friendly guy who sprayed us down, but he revived us, gave us all our stuff back, so that was kind of cool. But definitely some mixed feelings on Rust. It's really fun, but it can be incredibly frustrating. So I want to get your guys' opinion on it. Do you guys want us to start making some videos of it? Maybe do like a duo with me and Rubik's Cube where we try and defend our base or go on raids or just do some random stuff, because it is really fun to play. And if you guys do want to see some videos of it, we'll be happy to edit up a couple hours of gameplay into like a 10 or 15 minute video, because that would be pretty entertaining to watch. So as always guys, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, and if you're new to our channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, drop us a comment, go check out our Twitter, and until next time guys, stay buttery.